Hey guys, it's Ken Perry with Broker Knowledge Group for your Wednesday update, and today is a crazy one because today is the Bureau Eve. So it's the eve of the day that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau takes power. So tomorrow they will take power. It'll be interesting to see what happens on day one, but just note that that's going to be, kind of a significant day for our country. We're hoping still that they're going to be able to fund it, but that's all going to be in the House and Senate negotiations to be able to come up with some financing. So anyway, that's tomorrow. But what I want to talk about today is this really tricky little thing that I did not catch, and I don't think anybody really spotted it. But it's the Mortgage Acts and Practices Advertising Rule. I just got it emailed over to me today. I checked it out. It's fairly significant. And so I want to go over it and really just give you the basics of it because it's going to change the way we do business just a little bit. Last year, September 30th, 2010, when we were all thinking about compensation, we were all still, using the new good faith, and I mean, everything was kind of shaken up. The FTC threw a proposed rule in that nobody caught. And the reason I say nobody caught it is because with most proposed rules, they get quite a few comments. With this one, they received 22 comments on this one from associations and the like. So they got like no guidance from us, which allowed them to go in and just do whatever they wanted because most people who commented supported what they were trying to do. So here's what they're doing. They're changing the way we advertise mortgage loans. By mortgage loans, I mean first mortgages, I mean HELOCs, I mean reverse mortgages, forward mortgages, every single type of mortgage. The advertising of those loans is totally changing. So let me give you the most significant thing about this. The most significant thing is it covers everybody. It's not done through the Truth in Lending Act necessarily. It's done through this Omnibus Appropriations Act that was thrown in last year. And through that, they've created this rule. And so because of that, it's not tied to the people it's typically tied to. Where when they do a mortgage regulation, it normally just gets the brokers, the bankers, and all those. What this one does is it gets real estate agents, lead companies, anybody who advertises mortgages. So this is big. I've seen in my newspaper a lot of real estate agents that are out there saying, check out rates, or, we have rates available today, or we're really excited about the low interest rates. That type of stuff comes from a real estate agent who isn't typically required to do anything with that. They can just kind of throw that out there. Well, they're covered now. In fact, 1.2 million people in America who have never been covered by these mortgage advertising laws are now covered. That's the FTC's estimate within this rule. So it's going to grab everybody. And the basics of it are there's let's see, 19 new illegal acts when you're advertising a mortgage loan. And if you were to think about all the things that annoy you when you go online, to take Google, for example, jump on Google and type in mortgage loan and watch how many illegal advertisements show up on the right-hand side. If that annoys you, get ready because the 19 acts are like everything. So advertising a mortgage now has become something that you have to be so incredibly vague in what you're saying. You want to stay away from even talking rates. Is a little bit more dangerous, or not a little bit, it's a lot more dangerous now than it ever has been. Because what the FTC, the general theme of this thing is, if the consumer is confused, or if the consumer doesn't totally know what they're getting based on your advertisement, or if your advertisement leads them to believe they're getting one thing, but really they're not, that becomes a prohibited practice. And so it's like everything that you do. So when you look down that side on Google, if you were to look down the side when you type in mortgage rates, and then if you were to compare all of those ads that people have paid for with the new rule, you'll find that most of those ads are going to go away because most of them are in violation. So under this new rule, which by the way, effective date of the new rule, the final rule kicks in, your effective date would be August 19th, 2011. So that's coming up pretty soon here. So in a few weeks, all these things kick in. So Google will probably be getting a lot of phone calls from a lot of people this week saying, hey, can you switch out my ad? I need to do something that's much less deceptive. So watch for that. The thing about real estate agents, because I know a lot of real estate agents watch these videos, for my real estate agents out there, if you even mention that there are loans available, you're covered under this rule. And so you want to check this rule out as well just to make sure. What I'll do is throw a link down at the bottom so you can check it out. But they have basically in the final pages of this document, they have A through S of the prohibited practices, and those are the ones you really want to take a look at. If I'm, advertising at all, I'm going to pay really close attention to this one. Partly because one of the sections in the rule discusses enforcement. They're really excited because the states can enforce it, the FTC can enforce it, and the new Consumer Financial Protection Bureau can enforce this. And you can bet that they will, and probably fairly quickly. If there's anything we've learned lately, especially with the new RESPA the RESPA violations that we saw from Fidelity, major company getting busted under the RESPA guides this year, we can actually start to see that, the Fed, the Bureau, HUD, everybody is getting a lot more serious about coming after companies to make a statement. They've mentioned that in the rules. So anyway, pay attention to this new rule. It's the MAP, or the MAP, which is the Mortgage Acts and Practices advertising rule. Again, I'll put a link up on my website at brokerknowledge.com so that you can go into our blog, and then you can click that and you can actually read this whole thing if you'd like. Because I think that anybody, especially my compliance officers who watch this, you need to go through. We'll also set up a webinar for you. So sorry for the quick video. We are in the process of throwing all of our classes online. We'll have those available hopefully within the next couple months, so that we can help people out that we can't reach typically. So been working on that pretty heavily. If you need training, give us a call. Or check out the website, brokerknowledge.com. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook at Broker Knowledge. We'll talk to you guys soon.